Hello, and welcome to the Administering Capti ReadBasix tutorial. In this video, we'll be reviewing how easy it is to administer ReadBasix to your students and the options available to you when creating the assessment. We will begin on our home screen. There are two ways to create a ReadBasix assessment. You can click New Assignment from the Quick Start tab, or you can click New Assignment on the Assignments tab. Both options open the same creation wizard. I'm going to create an assessment from the Assignments tab. When you click on New Assignment, a list of assessments and interventions enabled in your Capti account will be displayed. Click on ReadBasix to create the diagnostic assessment. Once the wizard is opened, name your assessment something appropriate. This will be what students see when they log in. It is highly recommended to name your assessment something that gives it proper identification. The name Fall Benchmark 7th Grade 2024 or Mr. Ash's 5th Grade Spring Benchmark 2025 are much better than simply ReadBasix. The next option is to select the difficulty level. The three options are elementary school, middle school, and high school. It is recommended to assign a difficulty level that will match your student's estimated reading level. If you are testing 9th or 10th grade students with a 6th grade reading level, middle school is the most appropriate selection. You can assign one test to multiple grade levels at the same time, but they will all share the same difficulty level. It is not recommended to use the personalized difficulty level with a large group of students unless they have all taken ReadBasix before, as the personalized setting requires previous data to work effectively. Your next option is whether you want ReadBasix to be timed or untimed. Timed assessments are recommended. In a timed assessment, students will have a set amount of time for each subtest. After the allotted time has passed, students will be automatically moved on to the next subtest. Students will not have unanswered questions scored against them. In an untimed subtest, students will continue working on each subtest until all questions are completed. The reading efficiency subtest can only be administered as a timed assessment. All other subtest scores are unaffected by timing and can be created either way. You also have the option to select a time test but hide the timer from students, as students are sometimes distracted or feel rushed by the timer. It is highly recommended to use a time test in almost all situations, as it reduces testing fatigue and can improve testing outcomes. You can add directions for your students if desired by typing into the directions section of the wizard. By default, press start when you are ready to begin is added in the directions. ReadBasix allows you to select which subtests you would like to administer. Select as many or as few as you need. As you hover over each subtest, it will tell you the maximum amount of time it takes to complete that subtest. All of your selected subtests' total completion time will be displayed at the top. Please be mindful that this is the maximum time. Most students finish subtests much quicker. All 6 subtests take 45 to 60 minutes on average. The 76 minutes is just the maximum amount of time allowed in a timed test. It is recommended to split up the test into parts 1, subtests 1, 2, 3, and 4, and parts 2, subtests 5 and 6, to reduce testing fatigue and accommodate class schedules. Once you are happy with your selections, press Create. The assigning and scheduling wizard will appear. To select which students you want to administer the created assessment to, click Students. You can add all students, select individual students, search for a specific student, or select entire groups by clicking on Classes or Grades. Once you are happy with the students selected, simply close the window. The wizard will now display the amount of students who will be assigned to this assessment. Optionally, you can add proctors to this assessment. Proctors are other administrators, teachers, or assistants you want to have access to this assignment. You can add them the same way you add students. Scheduling, while entirely optional, gives you the ability to create assessments that will automatically start and end at a time of your choosing. If you select Schedule for, the assessment will be created and only be made available for students on the entered date and time. If you select Due On, students will be told when they open the assignment of the due date. Once you are happy with your selections, press Save. If you are not using scheduling, ignore this button entirely. It is only recommended to use the scheduling settings when setting up a benchmark assessment. This way, the benchmark assessment can end for all students on the last day of the benchmark period. When you are happy with the students you have selected and your scheduling options, you can either launch the assessment now and make it immediately available to your students, or you can save it as a draft. I'm going to launch this assessment. Now my students can log in and access the assessment. Let's quickly go to the Students view. Students will see the assessment when they first log in to Capti. All they need to do is click on the test, read the directions, and press Start to begin. Once students are actively in the assessment, they can pause and leave the assessment at any time by clicking the Pause button in the top right corner. Thank you for watching.